Good day, everybody. Sky Mace here again from the Casual Potatoes, and we're back with another episode of Divinity Original Sin, the Enhanced Edition. So last time on Divinity Original Sin, we were basically just exploring the town. We managed to find our way into town. We were told there was a murder that we need to investigate, and on top of it, we found ourselves in another dimension. Some sort of end of time, space end of time, and that there's a whole plot where some dragon is consuming the universe. So that's also something that we need to deal with.
Fantastic.
See, Skyma's health is a little low here. I'm just going to heal him up. Alright, just checking if the recording was still running. Anyway, yeah, so Skymas is all healed up, and we're going to be continuing
Fantastic.
to explore the city.
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elba, who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
Talking head,
that
interesting.
The king, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end.
Talking head. Tell me about yourself.
I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicile. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst, you're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, now help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
Okay, I'm assuming we can't pick him up. Because they'll be stealing, so I'll take my leave. We are going to have to find another way to steal that head.
My word.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off, cry your eyes out, and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head.
Yeah, I have 10 shiny gold pieces.
What a generous spectator. Find a seat in the front, eh?
Let's discuss your talking
That's
head.
right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you a yarn so fantastic, you'll be begging to hear just one more, and just one more. It's quite a story how I found him, too.
Let's hear your story.
I obtained this curio by some rather sensational means. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteer with the local children's apothecary on weekends, in the shallows around Sicile's own Black Cove, when I spotted something amazing. The chest belonging to the fabled Captain Pontius. Though the chest was stuck fast, I summoned a swell of great strength and prized it free from the ancient rock. I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands. But then, slurp, gulp, I was swallowed by an ornery kraken that seemed to appear from nowhere. In the hubbub, I lost hold of my prize and watched it sink to the bottom of the beast's cavernous belly. Still, I feared only for a moment that all was futile.
I feel that this guy is lying to me.
Before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows and necrotic orphans who would be lost without my charitable support. I knew I had to live. Grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass that floated by at just that moment, I summoned all my strength to slash a great gash in the creature's gut. Freeing myself from my would-be tomb, I swam as quickly as I could, first to the surface and then to the shore. It was there, along the rocky beach, that I tripped over this talking head. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, your whole story seems a bit strange, my friend. Reginald. I'll take my leave.
Ha! Fantastic.
Right, so we're gonna have to try and get everyone's attention away from here so we can try and snatch that talking head.
Sicile, what you're made of? Beer and flatulence. You there! Sit! Stay a while! right in front. I'll excite you. I'll delight you. I'll beguile you. I'll besmile you. I'm Cedric the Sensational, and I'm playing to an empty audience. Don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling of the town. People came from far and wide just to witness my amazing act. When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head. Now, I never expected a silly gimmick like that to be my main competition.
Tell me about your competition between you and Reginald.
It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
So let's try and find this man that he speaks of that keeps drawing the crowds.
Performers, showmen, show all of them.
Today, I think, a king.
My
The
word!
great Sigurd
My
and his
word!
rainbow war machine.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world-famous Reginald the Entertainer. Better check it out if you don't want to miss the time of your life.
I think we found our guy.
And gory red.
I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. I'm amazed and astounded that for a meager gold coin or two, I can take in this first-rate entertainment all day long.
I'm sure.
Those 2 new Elba
Same show all
Kuni
day?
Elliot.
That seems a
It
bit
is
much.
said
Well,
those-
I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I'll just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return. My voice happens to carry pretty far. Cecile hears me. Cecile wants to see what the fuss is all about. And let me tell you, this amazing show just can't be beat.
Okay.
My word!
war machines. It is said
So we found our guy. Let's go report back to Cedric.
Performers, showmen.
A familiar face. Come, watch the show.
Reginald uses a crowd warmer.
A person whose sole job is to praise the performance and stir a crowd. A genius invention. No wonder Reginald has had such success. I knew his act couldn't have outshone mine on its merits alone.
Oh shit.
A familiar eye. Please, you must hire him for me. Imagine the scowl on that conman's face when my rightful audience returns to me.
So I must hire the man. Why didn't you hire the man? It's your flippin' act that you want people to come see. Let's see if we can't get him to help Cedric
What are
out.
you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And
Would you
look,
be interested in
there
warming up the
stands
crowd for
the
Cedric?
world. Well, I don't see why I should. Reginald and I have grown rather friendly, you know? And in any case, it'll be hard to pull myself away from this fantastic show.
Perhaps a hard shove in the proper direction will encourage you to move
the
on.
great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot,
My word!
Right, we got one up on him. Oh,
My
come
word.
on.
that the king had a great thirst.
Let's see. Let's go with rocks.
So ardently did he crave creamy blue
Man, I'm terrible at this.
that he ordered a contest
Rock again.
across
Oh
his
yeah.
realm.
Okay, let's try some paper.
Today, I think,
Of course not.
the great Sigurd
The paper
and his
again.
rainbow of
Oh,
war
come on.
It is said, and
There's scissors. Yes.
Who knew Ellis, who is said to have known Sigurd
paper?
and
Please, please.
that the king
Damn it.
great thirst of colour.
You talk tough, but I bet you ain't got a lick of fight in you. I'm happy where I am, and that's where I'll stay, thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me, my crowd's getting cold.
Oh, come on.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great... Well, I've stumbled in... Oh, I'm nothing but your average... What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front...
Okay, we're gonna have to try and
The great Sigurd
get them to come away from there. But first, let's...
Missed.
Come on. I say... Yeah, so we're gonna have to try and get that crowd away from here so we can get that talking head. Let's see.
And who are you supposed to be?
The stage master. Are you perhaps like a... I'd like to perform a show.
Take it up with Katerina. She's the master of this pig circus after all.
Okay, we'll talk to Katerina then. Assuming this is Katerina.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katerina's fair, a veritable summer... Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons, and who knows which of them might become one of my performers. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience.
An open stage, you say? What if I were interested in putting on a
The
performance?
theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Marvelous!
Sure it has.
I do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to find tried and true material.
Okay.
Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry you. You've found something decent to perform, I trust, and you've gathered enough actors to do it justice.
Continue.
Speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut. He alone can...
Okay, I'm gonna have to find some material. Reading material. So we're probably gonna be able to visit the library before we can complete that quest.
Have some pity. One coin or two,
Seamus,
noble spirit?
give this
One
guy-
coin or two?
We'll give this guy 10 gold.
May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger.
Yeah, take
Thank
a
you,
gold.
kind one.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits.
How did you do it?
A fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed.
A fool you are,
In my
friend.
folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
Tell me about these Watcher statues.
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception.
Like we all do sometimes.
They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul.
You know, yeah, that would happen to someone who burns their own house down. It's too bad you didn't have any insurance.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Absurd since when? Makes sense to me. How can we suppose? That kind of makes sense.
Indeed. He said himself that he's finally learned humility. Maybe he made the right choice, really.
Right, let's continue.
Sorry, sir.
Keep exploring the map.
Good to have you back, Source
Shiny
Hunter.
recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Sore eyes indeed.
You think that's funny, Private?
Fire arrows, nice.
Sir, no, sir.
You don't think
Grab
it's
those.
effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I
Dagger.
I'll be disfigured for life.
Oh, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all
What's
that.
happening here?
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
A curious situation you got here. Is the woman in the
She
cage
may
under
have the
arrest?
look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
Nothing wrong with that. I should rats all the
Tapped her on
time.
the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Well, you can't interrupt someone while they're in the middle of a
Bit
hunt.
Tull you right in the face, she did. It wasn't
Good.
pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become of this?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
That's a mighty big if. We can't have one of our
Yeah,
team
this mouse
wandering off
double
into the
clicks all
wilds
the
when
time.
we need her to be watching our backs.
So I think we just said that we will take her on.
Can't say I'm surprised. You wouldn't want an untamed thing like that sleeping next to you at night.
Sky
Now
Mace
it's
doesn't
for us
want
to decide what to do with her, of course.
If I've got my say, we'll take her into the woods and put her down.
No!
Say, Source Hunter, do you reckon the vendor's got any rather large, burlap sacks lying about?
Well, that's to be this.
Perhaps it's be worth taking the stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her
After
to
all,
watch our
a
backs.
fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our
And now you
investigation.
change your mind.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
About face!
Right, so we've got a new
Source
companion.
Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
You're quite right there. There is a little in our world more valuable than the minds of men.
Again!
It is the source of great beauty and much despair. And all of it is uniquely human.
Attention!
Yes, as you notice, we are...
About face!
That's the wheel.
Barracks!
It's best
March!
to be wary of those you meet for this
Recruits!
very reason.
than Sicilian stew.
If you say
Yeah,
it
you
is
can't
so,
really
then
trust
wary I will
anyone.
be. As the god wolf Amira commanded Threes. Wean you from your wicked world, or cold company will corrupt you.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge
Uh,
troll. Get
You say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears?
A child of the bears, what do you mean exactly? I meant that I would be responsible for you. I'll keep...
boots that embarrass a bridge
In
You're out of
truth, this
trouble.
is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place.
A child of the bears.
Sir, no sir.
And
What does
so
that
the
mean
lonely
exactly?
babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it? The wise
No.
godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
Okay. Their daughter, I need you to leave the party. I don't want this chick on my
Fine,
team.
my friend.
We'll
But I
find
will
other
stay far away
adventures.
from this screech woman. Perhaps among the crowd at the alehouse is best.
So she's going to the tavern, and if we ever need her, we can always just pick her up. Right, I believe this is Captain Orius's rooms. He's the man we need to speak to in order to get access to the murder scene.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
Let's discuss
Gods
Jake's murder.
above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
In regards to Jake's wife, Esmeralda, she's a
Esmeralda
suspect in the
is
case.
Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Well, I wasn't a part of any of those cock-ups.
You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense.
I
If
speak
you
for
bring
myself and not the
evidence
order, my
before me,
friend.
I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
I'll take my leave. Right, if I'm not mistaken, this is Ayu's house or study. I don't think we have anything to say to him right now, so we'll leave him be.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Right, we need to get to the library so we can try and find some material so we can steal that that head.
Thank the seven, we've secured the perimeter.
And if I'm not mistaken, the library's down here. So this is the mayor's house and the library should be upstairs. Perfect.
Omnes autem mali demonis quam. What?
Okay.
What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil.
Boatman? Who are you
No.
calling a boatman?
A source hunter, that is what you are.
Yes.
Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our
But you're a
mutual
man
advantage to join
yourself, aren't
forces
you?
nonetheless.
Why would you
Why?
join
Simply
forces?
because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy. Now,
sure do.
I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
Sure, I don't think I'm gonna be dealing with any demon wizardry. Very well, there will be no deals
You
with demons.
speak before your turn. I, for one, am not ready to make that promise.
Go away, Skymace.
Oh, simple souls. Oh, doomed spirits. What tangled webs you'd weave. But I won't be a fly to be caught in them. Begone. Reflect. And if you should see the light, I will be here in the library. For now,
Sure.
you are not worthy of my
Skymace is not worthy. You go down there and think about what you've done. I'm going back upstairs.
No, this isn't the grimoire, the Source Hunter. Why? Simply because you hunt Source now.
Continue.
I hate this is a sentiment on one condition.
Continue. Very well. There'll be no
Most
deals with
gratifying.
demons. There we are.
I see you are firm of purpose and thereby ready to descend. Descend into the madness that is sorcery, into the depths where demons dance. Gladly shall I follow you into the abyss. Onward, blood and triumph await.
But remember, Skymace didn't make that promise. So you can't be angry. You just put him down there, link those two up over. Come on.
Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Oh, is he too far away? Come on.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Right, let's see if we can't get some material. Where's the librarian?
Who placed this
And
book
the librarian
here?
is an
In the
orc.
name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine. I'm
Who are you,
Victoria,
madam?
daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking.
Daughter
The
of the
likeness isn't
snake.
exactly striking, is it?
Yeah, that
When
sounds
I
a
was
bit
very
strange.
young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like
Okay.
I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
Interesting. May I take books
Indeed
from the
you
library?
may. The wisdom
you.
I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
I don't think I can promise that. But I can sell it to a shopkeeper and they can sell it to others to enjoy. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's go up here. Denture fluids, yes. Grab some of that. Field guide, we'll grab that.
Place this book here. A volume of poetry among
Cracking up
novels.
the crowds.
Rack.
I think this is what we're going to need to
What's that gleam?
yeah, we're gonna need that to do the quest for to get the severed head. Find the fluids, we'll grab some of
Pleasure
that,
to know.
and
A brief
can't take the
history of
painting.
sorcery still hasn't been returned.
Who
Fellow will
smelted
have to
dealt
pay
it.
yet
Oh, who
another
smelt? He who smelted. Okay, alright, let's move on.
Orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Sicile's ever seen.
Alright, just gonna take a run down to here.
My word.
It is said, and this time
Okay, let's see if we can distract these viewers by putting on our own show.
You look like an actor just waiting for his big
Who
debut.
picked up the book?
My word.
Yeah, cracking up the crowd.
5 to 7. What a tale!
Read.
You there.
Okay, we'll
You look like
go
an
through
actor
that
just
later.
waiting for his big debut. What
We'll get
is it
Steinmetz to do the
this
acting.
time?
Stage master, you perhaps. I'd like to perform a
Katarina's
show.
given the go-ahead, has she?
Yes, she
Tell me when
has.
you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yokels can be prevailed upon to watch you flail about. Ready for
I'm
your
ready to
trial
begin.
by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine. May the show begin!
I'd like to do a
Not
one-man
planning
show.
on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin.
You hear
Sure.
distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
ordered a contest across his realm.
Okay, so only a few people has gone.
Fantastic!
Alright,
The
let's
stage is
begin.
yours.
Okay. Every 10 years, and during a dwarven festival, I think it's that one. Let's go back to the book and just make sure. During a dwarven festival, that's it. I'm not going to read through all of that, it's a bit too much to read.
Well, what's the hold up? Fantastic!
The crowd breaks into an approving chuckle.
Thank you.
Continue, by all means.
I will do
hope
so.
there's an
That's the next
encore.
one. They open the cast
Simply
and find
marvelous.
out.
Simply marvelous!
They open the casket.
Simply marvelous!
Come
Good
on.
show!
Eager to hear more, the crowd leans forward with
Let's check
great
the next
interest. One lady in the back is already chuckling. She must have heard this one before.
When there's 10 years more
Simply
as
marvelous!
a walking out.
Fantastic! Good show!
Dwarven lady is 10 more years.
The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh, do go on before they explode.
Simply marvelous!
Bravo!
Let's have a look again.
Oh, I
I'm
hope
not
there's
too
an
sure
encore.
which one it is.
Bravo! Yeehaw!
As they're walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall."
Oh, I hope
So-
there's an encore. Fantastic!
5 to 7. What a tale!
At the
Simply
end of the
marvelous.
says, the director is at the casket.
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Am I missing something here?
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Bravo! Yeehaw!
I must be missing something.
Simply marvelous. Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Yeah, there will be an encore.
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Bravo!
Is this book wrong? They open up the casket, the Dwarven lady
marvelous.
lists 10 more
show.
years.
Bravo!
Oh, I
As they're
hope there's
walking
an
out, the husband
encore.
cries out, "Watch out for the wall."
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
See more pages.
Good show!
Yeah, not too sure.
Marvelous.
Simply marvellous.
I'm sure this is supposed to follow the book.
I hope there's an encore.
No, I hope there's an encore. Simply marvelous.
Okay, what did we... Let's see. The Dwarven lady lives for 10 more years and then dies.
Simply
There is another
marvellous.
funeral for her. For her.
Good show.
Fantastic.
Maybe it breaks it up.
Simply
Let's just
marvelous.
look.
Good show. Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Oh, it's over years. It's not
Oh, I
broken
hope
up.
there's
Okay.
an encore.
Don't know why they did that. So at the end of the service, the burial carries out the casket.
Good show.
Good show.
That's it, Source Hunter. You've got this joyful crowd right where you want them. Now, take them on home.
Simply
As they're walking
marvellous.
out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall."
Bravo.
They like you. They really, really like you.
Like you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Source Hunter.
Said to have known Sigurd himself that the king had a great thirst.
Or do
No,
I need to
I
get
hope
that
there's
crowd warmer
encore.
for me?
He ordered a
Okay, I probably need to get this guy to join me.
Today, I think,
Oh, I
a
would.
king.
Come on. Come
Rainbow of war machines.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world.
yeah.
Well, drawing a crowd's what I do best. And I'd be glad to do it for your little show. 100 gold up front, and you're 98,
Oh.
99, 100.
So we gotta pay this guy.
Looks like all's in order, chick.
Why couldn't we just pay him to do Cedric's thing? Now we're paying him to do our thing.
What is it this time?
Where can I find material to...
Katarina's.
Yeah,
Tell me
this,
when
there
you're
we are,
ready to
continue.
begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather
what did
you
you think of my
whatever
one-man
crowd of drunken
performance?
yokels can be prevailed upon to watch you flail about on stage.
I would like to start my performance once more.
Oh, here we go again. Try not to embarrass. Not planning on playing to an empty audience.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
There we are. Fantastic. So we had to pay this guy.
Contest across his realm. Today,
So while they're all
I
there,
think
we're gonna
a king, the great Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show.
Money. Can't we just sneak
Do,
him
re,
away?
mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
No,
It won't
just
be
not.
the worst.
There we are. So we got it. So now, on second thought, we can just not do anything. Yeah, I don't care,
Everything we
buddy.
do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights. It's easy enough to gain strength when one is carrying the entire team
It's
on his
easy enough
shoulders.
to gain new strength when one is carrying an entire team on one's shoulders.
The team hardly enjoys being confused with your massive wobbling head. Have no fear, my friend. I'm determined to prove my
Have no
worth.
fear, my friend. I'm
not
determined to
have him
prove my
quarrel.
worth.
You call yourself
Oh,
an
and this crowd is still going crazy.
Come on! Come on! Can't you
Okay, now that we got the head,
calling you?
he did mention that we need to take him to Cedric's cellar to find out what exactly is going on. Because he wouldn't speak to us unless we took him to Cedric's cellar. shame, he's busy looking for him. That's locked. Okay, so we need to try get the key. And if I remember correctly, the key is somewhere over here. Reginald's spare key. There we are. Sorry, it wasn't Cedric's house, it was Reginald's house. I get confused between the two entertainers. So just move this mat. If we can move it, there we are, there's the door. And now we should be able to use and speak to him.
Ah, a little privacy at last. Out of the earshot
Just
of that
toss him on the floor,
contemptible
like,
jester.
hey.
We can finally speak freely.
Couldn't
Where
put
shall
him on
we
the
begin?
table at least. Tell me about
My
yourself.
true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate.
It explains
I
why
once
it's so good
dared
at
to defy
entertaining.
him, and he savagely beheaded me for the attempt.
Ooh.
Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became my head into the sea. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Sicil Fair. All I know is I just can't take it anymore.
Shame, this guy's been through so much. If you want to
More
be
than
returned with your
anything.
body then.
But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is among them, sightless and silent in their vile company. For all I know, they're using it as a coat rack. Traveller, if there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves.
Sure, Reginald, we will... not Reginald, what's this guy's name? Stefan, I think it was.
It won't
if you're
be
ready,
the
I'm going
worst
to pick you up now.
indignation I've suffered. Get
Alrighty, what do we have here? Bunch of fake arrows and jungling oranges. Okay, what's next? We actually need to go to the murder scene. At first, let's just come over here. I think there's a little event that happens over here. No, it's not over here. I am mistaken. Oh, in the meantime, let's quickly grab some upgrades. So we'll do crossbow, and I want to get pet power so we can talk to animals. And then Skymate's over here. He only has one. We'll wait until he gets a second one. Let's see, what can we do? Does this count? I think this is only non-magical attacks, so. Leech heals you when standing in blood. That could be good. Opportunist. Pack mule, pet pal, politician, scientist, slingshot. Adds 5 meters to your grenade throws. I think we're gonna do that. Thick skin, no, walk it off. What a rush. Let's do slingshot. Alrighty, let's continue. Whose house is this? Okay, that's just the vacant house, so we can't get into.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow, indeed.
Borrowed?
I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! I never
in the
would have
habit of
dreamt of
stealing?
resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
There's a whole ocean of fish that you can fish from. Just blow away.
So what do you think?
This is going to be
Should I
interesting.
snag a fish?
Lady Tamlin, should he snag a fish? That merchant has to eat too. Leave that fish. Yeah, and plus he's stealing from the merchant as well. The merchant is trying to
You
make
know
an
what they
honest
say
living.
about giving a man a fish? This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose
Yes,
you've got a point.
but he's just gonna come back for more
Another
at the
day,
end.
another rumbling belly. Never
Shame.
fed
Go
a
fish,
hungry
man.
man, you know.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies, size
Alright guys, I think we're gonna end the episode there. And next time we will be investigating the murder. The inn is right over here, so we'll the king crab inn, and we will check that out next time. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know what you guys think. And if you made it to the end, you probably enjoyed the video, so give it a like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hey guys, just want to say thanks for watching this video to the end. Hopefully you liked it. If you want to see what's the next video up in the series, please click on the end card that's on the right hand side. And if the end card isn't there, it means that the video hasn't been released yet and it should be coming soon. If you want to see what else is on the channel, click on the left hand side end card and it will direct you to another set of videos or series. Once again, I just want to thank you for making it this far in the video, and if you did, I assumed you like it, so please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this type of content, please hit that sub button and share it with your friends. Anyway, that's it from me guys, and I'll see you in the next video.